have a pretty massive thrift haul for you guys today. It seems like the thrift stores have finally found their minds and they're starting to price things a lot better now. This is like 3 days worth of sourcing, and so there's like, I'm thinking 70 to 80 items here. It's a good mix of shoes and clothing, fall and winter, but also spring and summer. I am starting to gear up for that a little bit. I'm checking through those sections when I go sourcing now, little by little, starting to add that into my inventory. There's a lot to go through here, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the items that have not been processed, so all the tags are still attached. I can tell you how much I paid for them and all of the other details, like why I picked them up, the things I look for, and all of that stuff. If the stuff is already listed, you'll see the listing price on the screen too. After that, we can move into the inventory that is already processed. A lot of that is already listed or is about to be listed today or tomorrow. Starting off with a few sweaters. First is this Equipment, F-E-M-M-E. I don't know this brand, but it kind of seems like an expensive brand that I've seen around somewhere. I paid, let's see, $2 for this. It says $3.99 on this day. Everything was half off. It was for the MLK sale. And I think I looked this up. It seemed kind of okay, but what made me really get it is that it is 100% silk. That, and besides that, it's a very cool pattern. They're like honeycombs everywhere. Just a very classic basic sweater for $2. It being 100% silk, I thought it would be a good idea to pick that up. Here is this polo golf sweater vest. This one was $4.50. It is 100% cotton, extra large, and it is a men's item. The only time I pick up men's items is if I come across it like in the women's section, and if I look it up and it seems okay, then I pick them up, but I haven't made my way to those sections yet. I want to get real good at sourcing women's items first, at scanning very quickly and making it in and out of stores before I add another category such as men's. That's how I've been doing it. First I did jeans, got real good at that, at scanning that quickly, and then I added, what was it, sweaters, then tops, then dresses. So I'm adding everything little by little. It just makes it less overwhelming because there's so much to go through. This next one, I didn't even realize, I'm pretty sure that this was Van Heusen. I don't think I paid much attention to that when I picked this up. I just like the cream color of this cardigan sweater, the details that it has there. I don't even know what kind of detail you'd call that, but it's like raised, ruffly looking. This one was $2.50. It is an extra large, and basic cardigan sweaters tend to do well for me on Depop. This is a 100% cotton sweater. I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to sell this for something. I was happy to find this one. It is by this brand Marine Layer. I talked about this brand in my most recent reseller income report. In those videos, I share what sold throughout the month and also just my final numbers. It was a sweater that had a cool graphic too, so that's what drew me to this cool graphic here. And then when I saw that it was Marine Layer, I thought, cool, this should do well. I looked it up, comps look decent, and that's why I got it. It also says oh hey in the back, embroidered. This one was $3.50. This one is more of a top. Well, I guess it could also be a sweater. It's by this brand that I skip a whole bunch, Soft Surroundings. I'm sure many of you know it. It used to be a banger back in the day. A lot of their pieces did really well. Their maxi dresses, their shirts, velvet, button down tops, all those kind of things I would sell a lot way back in the day. And nowadays, everything I look up by them is a no-go. Always. The comps and the sell-through rate is so low. This one was $4.50, and when I looked it up, it seemed to be doing decent, so I got it. It has a cow neck, just very soft velvet. I'm pretty sure this one does have silk. Oh no, it doesn't. So technically it's velour, not velvet, because it doesn't have silk, but still very soft, long sleeve, cow neck, pretty dark purple color. That one should do well too. This is another piece that I did not even look up because I just like the design so much. It is like a tennis type sweater, nautical, boxy, oversized, loose, knit, dark blue. So many great things. It looks like it may be new without tags because it still has this attached. And this sweater was $4.50. Over the past few months, as I've been talking about in many of my videos, I've been very strict at at looking up comps for almost everything. And it's for a lot of reasons, many of which I've talked about, but one of the main ones is that they were pricing things so high, I needed to make sure that the item was gonna sell for good enough money and it wasn't gonna sit around for so long, because then my money would be tied up in too many items. I need to keep things flowing. So that's why I was being very strict. But now that they lowered the prices, I was giving myself the liberty of just making my best choices on some of the pieces. I still did look up a whole bunch of this stuff, but there is plenty of things that I just picked up and I didn't feel the need to look up. So you'll hear me say that a lot in this video. This one here I did look up. It is Vineyard. Am I saying this right? Vineyard Vines, yes, and it has the little logo on the side, quarter zip, dark green color. Again, a men's item that happened to be in the women's. It is a large 100% Pima cotton, and this one was $4.50. This is another brand that I skip a lot that has gone down a lot in value and in sell-through rate, but I'm guessing there are some pieces out there that still do well. Quarter zips for men seem to be doing really well right now, so that's why I felt confident picking that one up. The size and the color and the price also help. This is one that I gave myself the liberty of just picking up based on style without looking up comps. I don't think I could anyway because there is no tag. This is not branded. It only has a tag at the bottom that tells me it is an extra large and it is 100% acrylic. But the thing is that this thing feels so soft. It does not feel like acrylic to me, and this is a very beautiful graphic. Again, a boxy kind of oversized fit style, or maybe it just looks oversized because it's extra large, but very pretty sweater. I'm going to try to get this listed as soon as possible because it is more like a winter graphic and I need to get it out the door soon. This next sweater was $2.50 and it is by Disney. I know that there's Disney tags and some are worth more than others. I'm not too well educated on all of the Disney things and what is worth money and what isn't, but because this was $2.50, it is beautiful. It has sequins everywhere. That's where it says resort in the back. It says Disneyland and then resort at the bottom. It has the embroidered Mickey right here. I thought that I could make it work, and I think I did look this one up, and that gave me the confidence to just go through with it. This one, I was kind of debating going back and forth with it. I know it is a very good brand. It is called Go Ruck. What is this? Like an exercising brand or an outdoor brand, hiking brand? I'm not too sure. It says Simple Windbreaker. That's what this one is called. Their items are made in the USA. I'm pretty sure this is a men's. Oh, it says right here it's women's medium. I didn't know that. At the store, I was looking up comps and I almost left it because I was like, I don't even know if it's men's or women's. I couldn't find exact comps. But in the end, I brought it because it was just $4.50 and this is an excellent, very valuable brand. Alrighty, so next we have some pants, and these here are by Free People Movement. Free People has lots of brands. They have Free People Movement, they have Free People Beach, We the Free, Free One, so much to choose from. And I think within all of their lines there are very great pieces that sell for a lot, and there are some that are worthless. I did look these up. I don't remember the comps, but they must have been good. These were $3.50 and they are a skinny style moto type legging with the waist tie, like a faded black. I feel like that's real popular with things like the worn in, washed out look. Even if they're brand new, that's how they're making them. So I think this one will do well. These I actually got for me. They were only $3.50. I don't know what I was thinking. This is not my style at all. I did not like the look of it, not one bit. So I'll be listing those. I'll probably end up getting like $10-12, I would think, because that kind of lightweight stuff by Adidas isn't worth much. We have a couple of skirts. The first one is this very simple pleated tennis type skirt because it does have shorts at the bottom. This one was $2.50 and it is by Popflex. It is a size extra small, so I was kind of debating it because when I looked it up on eBay, there was only one that had sold in the past 90 days and it wasn't even for much, maybe like $15-20. So I was debating it, but I know Popflex is a popular brand. It is made by Blogilates, who had a YouTube channel channel long ago making exercising videos. I used to watch her and follow her videos back in the day too. I think that this is worth something, and I just wanted to give it a try myself, even though the comps didn't look that great. That way next time I go and I find more of it, now that I'm looking through the athletic skirts, I'll know if I should pick it up or not. Oh, this one was an amazing one. I could not believe I found it. I didn't even look it up, so I really hope it is worth something, but I don't see why it wouldn't be. It is by this brand called Ace and Jig, which is a designer brand. I'm not sure, but I know it's worth a lot. It's a big bolo brand, and this one was only $2. It's marked at $4, so half off. It does have pockets here, midi styling. I love this floral print. It's like digital. That is unique, I think, and it is this pretty dark green color. This one, what brand is this? Oh, it's Express. Vintage Express True Wrap Skirt, tartan plaid. Is that what you'd call this? I'm pretty sure. A little bit of a pleat going on. This one here is a size medium, and it was $2.50. So many great keywords I can use with this one, like preppy, academia, and so much more. So that's why I felt confident picking that one up. Even though it's more of a Christmassy type vibe, I think I'll still be able to get it out the door. This here is a Torrid piece. It is a size 2, so that makes it like a 2X. I've been avoiding Torrid a whole bunch because the few pieces I have been picking up by them ever since I went back to sourcing clothing are sitting. I don't think I've sold one single piece. I'm still selling their shoes, but clothing, it's sitting. But I thought this one had a good chance. It is it like a jumper dress? Is that what you'd call it? A pinafore dress maybe? It has pockets on the side. It has a chest pocket here, and it is a dark red corduroy. This next piece is by Athleta. I can't show you the tag because the price is on top of it, but I'm pretty sure many of you are familiar with it. This dress is a small, and it was only $5. It is a maxi length, it is ribbed, it is lined, and it has a built-in bra as well. So many cool things going for it. I did find, I think, one more or two more Athleta dresses that did not check out once I looked up comps on eBay, but this one did, because it is just a classic style, and it having that white trim for some reason seems to add a little bit of value because it's not just one solid color. This one here, I did not find anything on it. It is by Vince Camuto. I don't usually pick up Vince Camuto clothing because it's not worth that much, but I could not leave this dress behind the more I thought about it. It is tiered. It is a beautiful cobalt or royal blue color. It has like a flare kind of skirt at the bottom, lined, and it has all of these sort of geometric patterns everywhere. More of a tent style dress now because it's kind of like tapered at the top and then it flows out. I think this one should do well, and it was $7.50. This next dress, just like that Vince Camuto, I was kind of going back and forth with it, and then I just could not leave myself or make myself leave it behind. This is an extra large, and it is by Lulu's. Again, a brand that I skip a whole bunch because it's just so oversaturated online. There's so much of it listed, so it's rarely worth anything. But I really like this dress. It is a dark green velvet. In the back, it does have a cutout, and it is a maxi length dress with a side slit. I just sold a dark green velvet dress by the brand Hill House Home. I'm pretty sure I'm saying it correctly. It sold very quickly. Dark green velvet seems to be a popular thing, so hopefully I'm not wrong in picking that one up and I'm able to sell it before we move out of this fall winterish season, because that's not really summery or spring. This one here is by Everlane, a brand that is known for doing minimalist, high quality garments. This one here, I'm pretty sure is like an organic cotton. Just a simple shirt dress, more of a knee length. It does have pockets here on the side, and this one I paid $3.50. This next dress is kind of like that Torrid one, more of a jumper style dress or a pinafore dress. And this one's even better because of the color. This dark green earthy tone color is sought after by like the cottage core granola girl community. These are the kind of things they look for to layer on top of their tops and other things. So I was really happy to find this one. It is by this brand called Voodoo Vixen, which again I can't show you because they like stapling these tags on top of the brand tags, which makes it so hard for me when I'm looking through their clothing because I always have to like look around to see what the brand is. This was only $2.50 and it is a size large. I think Voodoo Vixen is a good brand to be on the lookout for. They make mostly rockabilly style things, so that one should do well too. This is my first time, aside from jeans, this is my first time picking up a modern style Abercrombie piece. I really like this. It's like a tennis dress, pleated skirt at the bottom, sleeveless. It was only $3.50 and it is a size small. Now we're moving on to a handful of pants and then we'll be done with this first bin here. The first pair of pants is again Athleta. There's so much Athleta in the pants section and the athletic leggings, and I skip a lot of it because it is old. If there's a lot of abrupt stops in this video, that is because my baby is here. He keeps coming in here and being a toddler, so I don't know where I was at, but I was showing you this Athleta pants. They are fleece lined. Here it says the name. They're called the Stash Tight Power Stretch. These are a size small. They were $8.50, so a little bit expensive, but when I looked them up, they seem to be doing good, which is surprising for a skinny type legging. I guess because it is lined, so it is more like a layering piece. We'll see how these do. So this next pair of pants is by Pilcrow. It always looks cut off like this, but that's how they make it. It is called Pilcrow in the letterpress, and it is a brand made by Anthropologie. These are some floral corduroy pants that are flare at the bottom. I paid $6.50 for these, and I thought that this print wasn't going to be that desirable and it wasn't going to work out, but once I looked it up, I saw that a lot of them were selling for good prices. So I decided to pick those up. These next pair of pants are by BDG, which I've seen a lot, and every time I look it up, it just doesn't check out. I don't know if it was the sell-through rate or how much I was paying for the piece that it wasn't going to leave room for profit. I don't recall exactly, but I've seen it a lot, skipped it a lot. Someone in my comments left a note saying that BDG does well for them or something or the other, so I decided to give it a shot finally. These were $4.50. Your typical baggy wide leg cargo pants. We will see how these do. If they do well, then you're probably going to see them a lot in my thrift hauls because there's a lot at these stores. This one was a purely style based pickup. This is a brand I skip a lot. It is called Pink Lily, which actually tricks me every time because their tag sometimes is like a pink tag that looks like Lily Pulitzer, but it is actually Pink Lily, and it is a cheap brand that doesn't perform that well, so that's why I skip it. These though I thought were so pretty. They're a flare yoga style pant, which, as I've been saying, that kind of style is still going strong right now. These were $3.50 and they kind of give me like an Adidas vibe. I'm pretty sure they're going to sell on Depop. I thought we were done with this bin, but there's one more pant here. This one is by Cole, which I've been skipping a lot. I see videos, thrift hauls by other resellers who say this brand does really well for them still, but I don't know. Every time I look it up, it seems oversaturated. Sell-through rate is kind of on the lower end for most pieces, but I decided to give it a shot myself just to see what they're talking about. Do they really sell, even though comps show they don't? These were $4.50 convertible pants. They do have that little roll tab at the bottom that you can make them more into a capri, a gray color, and they are a size 6. $4.50 is what I paid, if I didn't say already. So that's the end of bin 1. Let's move on to some shoes now. The first pair of shoes are these right here by Kohan. They are men's shoes, driving loafers, because they have like this pattern at the bottom, and that adds a little bit of value when they're driving loafers as opposed to just regular flat loafers. Some people seek out that particular style. These were $4.50 in excellent condition. I looked them up to be sure because some Kohan stuff can sit for a long time. They checked out. out, so that's why I got those. I don't go through men's clothing, but I do go through all of the men's shoe section because I'm really good at spotting all that stuff out quickly. I got these in that same section too. I just dropped my water and it fell on some of the shoes. But these here are by this brand called Innovate. There are some that have like a wedge kind of thing here that people use when they're lifting at the gym or something. These aren't those. They're more flat and regular, but they still seem to be doing well. When I looked up comps, I can't find the price. It must have fell off, but I think they were like $5 maybe. Here's the next pair of men's shoes. These are by Sperry and I paid $4.50 for them. A real unique color with the dark blue but light blue trim. The tie here, mock style, round toe, excellent condition. Not all Sperry boat shoes like these do well, but there are plenty that do, so I look up every single one I find because the sell-through rate on those can be really good sometimes. Here are these shoes by Jessica Simpson. I still like picking up some of her shoes. I had stopped for a little bit again because of the prices. This is a brand that's not going to fetch you a lot of money for the most part, although there are some outliers that are worth a lot. So I do like picking them up because I like the quality and I like the designs. I just need to make sure that I don't pay up that much for them. These here were $2.50. Chunky clog style, like southwestern print, fur lining. I think these should do well for me. Oh my god, these are so beautiful. I am so tempted to keep them for myself. They are Nike, I guess Air Maxes. I don't even know. Athletic shoes is not something that I know too much about, but they do say ATL right there, and also in the front they have the Nike swoosh, but if you turn it around it says ATL, so some sort of special edition, I'm not sure. Inside they are velvet. All right, here it's like pink luxe velvet. They're so pretty. They are a size 7, a 7.5 to an 8. Unless it's women's, then I can do a 9. So, and I tried them on. They fit me, but barely. That's why I'm just gonna go ahead and sell them. If not, I would keep them. Such a beautiful pink color. I took off the tags because I was trying them on, but I did pay $15 for these, and I think these are worth a lot. From the comps I saw, I could possibly get closer to the $100 mark for those. Here's this brand that I've slowed down a lot on. It is called Keen, a hiking outdoor style type of brand. These are some slip-on clogs. I look up everything by them now because I did have a lot of shoes sitting by them. I think I've made my way through all of them, but I don't want to go back to that place where I have a lot of stuff by them sitting in my closet, not moving, no attention. So that's why I look it up. This I paid $3. Comps seem to be great on those. Here's these shoes by this brand that I've been talking a lot about and finding a lot lately for some reason. It is Orthopedic. Men's and women's shoes do well. These here are men's. I paid, oh my god, I don't think I noticed this at the store. These things were $15. Wow, I don't think I checked that. That's a lot. I think there's still plenty of room for profit because these usually sell like in the 40s, 50s, 60s. It just depends. So I'll still make a profit, but I think if I would have seen that price, I would have left them behind. I don't know. Maybe I was just finding so much cheap stuff. I just assumed those were too. I don't know what happened there. Here's this. Again, it's wet because my water fell. But they are by So Naturalizer. So basically like a cheaper version of Naturalizer. Still very comfortable. They still do sell. And I paid $4.50 for these simple wedge minimalist shoes. Are they a wide? Naturalizer makes a lot of wide widths, so when they are wide, they sell even faster. Those are just medium width though. This brand can do well sometimes. It's called Flourishing or Flourishime. Someone corrected me in my comments one day and told me exactly how to pronounce it, but I forgot now. These are some work style, like business casual shoes for men. They do have like that steel toe in the front, and they are in like new condition, so I'm pretty sure these are going to be worth a lot of money. I don't see the price. I think these were already prepped. I'm going to put these to the side. These next shoes are by LL Bean. Dark brown. I'm pretty sure these are men. It should say inside. Okay, they are women's slipper loafers, and these were $4.50. Some LL Bean fur trim shoes can do well. That's why I decided to look those up, and they seem to be doing well. We are in that season too, so those should sell quickly. Okay, so this bin is mixed up with things that are already prepped and some that aren't. I'm going to show you the last two that aren't, or three that aren't, and then the rest should be already prepped, so there's no tags on those. This one here that I still gotta prep are by Rothy's. That is what the tag looks like if you don't know it. A lot of their stuff is still worth a lot of money, but some of their stuff has already gone down in value. That's the case with these. They're not gonna fetch me much, maybe like 25 to 30 bucks. I haven't looked them up, but they were only $2.50. That's why I got them. I took off the insoles because I'm gonna throw them in the wash just to make them look that much better. The shoe overall is in great condition. It was just the insole that needed a little bit of cleaning. Same with these here. I took off the insoles to throw them in the wash, and they're also by that brand I just mentioned, Orthopedic. These are women's, and these weren't priced at $15. They were only $3, which leaves me a lot of room for profit. And the last pair of shoes that still has the tags attached will be these Fit Flop shoes, which used to be my bread and butter, but now I'm very selective. These seem to be doing good when I checked comps, and they were only $5, so that's why I got these. These next pair of shoes are a pump actually, with a spool looking heel, platform style, red satin, and it has this ankle strap here. So a lot of cool features, enough for me to get it sold, even though this brand is not worth much. It says GB, which this has tricked me before because I assume GB is Gianni Beanie, but apparently it's not. I don't know if they're related in some kind of way, and this is like a lower end brand. I'm not sure, but when I found them before and then I went to list them, I realized that it was completely different. Either way, I think those should sell on style alone. These next shoes are by this brand called Bull Boxer. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in there, but I think I've sold either one or two pairs by this brand in the past, and I have found it a few times since, but not everything is gonna do well. These seem to be doing well, and I think it's because of the style and the color. They are very warm inside. They're like fleece lined, so again, another great one for this time of year. Here we have this brand called Tiva. These boots by them seem to do well. I don't remember exactly how much I paid for them, but they were very cheap, and that was the reason I picked them up. It left me a lot of room to be able to lower my price a bit compared to my competition so that I can increase the sell-through rate on them. So I don't think those will have any problem moving. Here's this brand called BOC, which shows up pretty much in every single thrift haul I do. I really like the style of this boot, like lagoon look, minimalist, dark brown color, lace up. When I looked these up, I don't think they were doing that well, but again, because of the price, I was able to still get them because then I can lower my price and make the sell-through rate be a little bit faster. That happened with a lot of the things I have here. There are plenty that did show up as a fast sell-through rate and I was able to get it, but there are some that were iffy, like in the 15% sell-through rate or 20%, but I was able to get it because they were priced so low. I could price them low and increase that sell-through. I hope that makes sense. If you do want to watch a video that explains all of that in more detail, I'll leave it linked in the description below. There I share exactly how I check the sell-through rate and the possible selling price of these items that help me make my decision whether to pick up things or not. These next pair of boots I'm pretty sure are Born too. Well, this is Born. The other is Born of Concept. They're basically the same thing. They're both great. Born just makes higher quality, but they both still sell. These are just some simple equestrian dark brown leather knee-high boots. They look like they have a wider calf at the top, which is a determining factor sometimes whether I should pick up something or not, because those people, look out for them. The wider calf stuff, if you ever have something that, I want to say if it's above 16 inches circumference around the top, the very top, then you can label it as wide calf, because when it's like 10, 11 or 12, that's more standard standard or narrow. Here we have these Resell boots. These kind of boots used to do so well for me during the winter. This is what sustained my sales. But now the price of these has gone down a lot. You're not going to get as much as you used to. I'm pretty sure that I saw these exact boots at this exact store before, but they were priced at like $24, half off. It would have been $12 for me. When I looked up comps, it just wasn't going to work out for me. I wasn't going to have enough room for profit to price it right to get it to move. But this time around, these things were priced at $4.50. I don't know if it's a completely different boot that just looks exactly the same, or if they went in there, took off the tag and put new tags. I don't know how they're going about their pricing now. Are they literally going in there and changing it, or just pricing the new stuff lower? I don't know, but I was glad to see these were cheap. I didn't even look up comps once I saw they were that cheap, because at $4.50 there's so much room for profit for that style of boot, and they're in like new condition. I'm pretty sure those are going to work out for me. This is a beautiful boot by LL Bean. Oh, here, I can show you right here. Dark brown suede, Chelsea style, chukka style, desert maybe even you can call these. Minimalist, very pretty. Overall, excellent condition. I don't think I've found this much LL Bean footwear before, but lately I've been finding it quite often, and a lot of their styles do check out. They have very good comps. These here are by a brand called Earth. They used to be Earth Origins, I'm pretty sure, and now they branded to just Earth like this. These are like new, and I actually found this pair and one more, both like new, and I left the other pair behind because those, the sell-through rate wasn't good, but these was, so that's why I got them. They have straps, braiding, like new, taupe, suede, so much good stuff with those. These are by Crown Vintage, which is a cheaper brand. They don't make high quality or things that are worth a whole bunch, but some of their styles are very popular for some reason. These are again like the LL Bean, a Chelsea style boot, but these are black leather, not suede, like new condition. These were priced at $4. That's why I got them, because like I said, you're not going to get much for that brand, but at $4 I have plenty of room to make them work, especially with that condition. I was just talking about this brand again in that reseller income report. I think it is by Bare Paws. I haven't picked up this brand all winter, I don't think, because again, they were pricing it up too much and it has gone down in value so much, so there's really no room for profit. I don't remember the price of these, but that did play a role into why I got them. When I looked them up, I saw just one had sold recently, but it was a different color. I thought this color was a lot better with the dark brown, the green. It is quilted, lace up, fur lined, like new condition, so I think I can make these work. Here we have these fringe gray suede boots. These are by Minnetonka, which I do like picking up a lot this time of year. These I think are overplayed already, this like layered fringe style, so I have been skipping it, but these were so cheap I thought why not go ahead and get them. I've picked up some other fringe boots, they were just a little bit different. Those are the only ones that I think there's so much of, those plain layered fringe ones, but there are some that are designed differently that can still do well. These here are by Columbia. I do skip a lot of boots that look like this by them because of the price again, but they were so cheap. I don't remember the price exactly. I'm thinking like $4 or $5. They're like new. They're insulated, fur lined, women's size 7, which is a great size. We're in the season for it. For all those reasons, I thought it was a good idea to get those. These next ones are by Vince Camuto, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, they're Franco Sardo. These are the kind of things that used to be my bread and butter too. Equestrian style Franco Sardo boots. I haven't been finding that much, but I thought these were cool. I think these are actually labeled wide calf. As you can see right there, it says wide calf, so I will definitely be adding that to my title because like I said, that draws in a lot of eyes. Very cheap for these. I mean, I'm gonna stop saying that because that was the case for most of this haul, but yeah, that's why I picked those up. Same with these. These are by Kohan this time. Just a plain chic looking, sleek looking black leather boot with a little buckle here. A very minimal one. I thought these were so pretty. And these right here are more of a mahogany brown, like a red brown leather. They are by Vince Camuto and these things look like new. So overall they look like in great condition, but when I feel it, this leather does not feel substantial at all. But but still, because they look like new, because they are wide calf, they are actually marked wide, 6.5 wide. They are like a microfiber lining, very soft, it looks warm, chunky block heel. I think these should also do well, especially because of the wide width. Let's keep it moving along. We're back to the clothing. I think mostly pants, some dresses, and then some jackets all the way at the bottom. This is a beautiful dress by this brand called Escape. I was looking up dresses on Poshmark, doing some research and just trying to get a feel for what's selling right now, what brands are popular, what kind of accents and features do these things have that are selling the most lately. And this brand came up when I was looking all that up. So when I saw it at the thrift store, I instantly recognized it. I tried to look up the exact style and just try to see exact comps for it. I couldn't find anything. I found similar styles, but not this exact one. And so I was going back and forth if I should give it a try or not. In the end, I did because it's beautiful. It has these puff sleeves. They are sheer with these flower appliques, if I'm saying that correctly. It does have like a built-in bra, a beautiful black velvet maxi length. It has a slit in the back. It is a size 14, so a little bit on the larger side. This is going to be my first time trying this, so hopefully it goes well and I find more of it. This here is a style-based pickup. I didn't look it up. I thought it was beautiful. Spring, cottagecore, creamy, beautiful green and yellow flower type patterns. This one here is a size extra large. It seems to be new without tags because it still has that metal thing there, so we'll see how this one does. It's also boxy, which helps, and it has beautiful brown buttons down the front. This is a beautiful top too. This one is by Sundance. A lot of their pieces are selling really well right now, but there is some that don't check out when I look them up, so I suggest you look up everything by this brand. This is a crush velvet. I'm pretty sure this has true silk in it. Floral, a little rosy gold color. Let's see. So yeah, it is 25% silk, which helps. At the top it is a sheer style, and then at the bottom it does have this lining. Long sleeve. It has a keyhole neckline, so a lot of cool things. I think this one should do well too. Again, another style based kind of pickup, which I slowed down a bit on picking up clothing items based on style because some of the ones I did try out were sitting for me, so I'm still experimenting here and learning, but I thought this one was a good one to give a try. It is sheer, a cardigan with some very wide sleeves, and it is a long line cardigan. Floral embroidery everywhere, and I don't know what that brand is, so yeah, a cheap brand, but again, based on style. I'm treading very slowly when it comes to that, so we'll see how those do. I guess we're moving on to pants now. First up, we have these Good American jeans. They do have the style name right here. These are called the Good Straight. That's why I got them, because they are a straight style, a size 14/32, so a little bit of a bigger size. I do skip a lot of Good American, especially their super skinny styles. When I first started picking up jeans again, I picked up a handful that sat for a while, so that's why I try to be very selective with the prices I pay for Good American and with the styles. They're so saturated, so much of it out online on eBay and Poshmark, so you need to be careful with what you pick up. Some of it can sit. Same thing with this one, Judy Blue. I do pick it up a whole bunch, but again, very selective with the styles and the prices I pay because you're not going to get much for them. This here is a boyfriend fit and a light wash, stretchy, very curve hugging. That's what these jeans are known for. And the Good American too. I do own a couple pair and they are so comfortable. This one is also Good American, the same size, but this one is called the Good Curve. And in the back they do have this accent right here where it kind of goes in like arcs at the top. More of a straight leg style as well, a dark wash. So I think these should do well too. This is a beautiful pant by that same brand I just talked about, Sundance. And this is a baggy style cargo pant that is a dark brown velvet or velour, I'm not sure. It does have zippers here on the side, so if you unzip it, it makes it even more of a wide leg at the bottom. So that is a cool feature on these pants. They They do have the missing button, which I need to take a picture of. I forgot to. But they have the button missing here, but it does have a waist tie, so they'll still be able to wear them. I already listed these in the description. I put that the button was missing to please see the pictures, but I never took the picture and put it, so I'm going to put it to the side so that I remember. I've shown this kind of style pant by Maeve a whole bunch. It is the Colette pant. They make it in all sorts of colors and patterns. This one here is a cream white corduroy style. It is a size 30, so a little bit bigger. I'm not too fond of picking up clothing or shoes when it is white or cream color because I feel like it doesn't sell as well as like a black, a dark green, or something else. But because they were so cheap, I decided to just go ahead and see how those do for me. Along the same lines, here is some Pilcrow, also by Anthropologie, just like Maeve. I'm not even sure if you're able to see the tags as I'm showing you. The lights are right here, so I think it washes it out. But it is Pilcrow by Anthropologie. Black flare style corduroy pant, just your classic style, size 31, so a great size. I've sold quite a few by Free People, this kind of pants, so I think that one should do good too. These I didn't look up comps. I thought about trying them out myself, and if I didn't keep them, then I would resell them. I forgot to try them on. My son took pictures. They're already listed, so I'm going to keep it that way. But they are by Duluth. They are a size small, and they are a inseam 29, it says. It is a wide leg style yoga pant, which I love picking up, and the fact that it has that Duluth brand added to it, it should do well. It's not going to sell for a lot, but I paid maybe like $2 or $3, so I should make some profit on that. I think this brand shows up in all of my hauls. We the Free. I could have sworn this was a barrel leg jean just because that's the way it looks to me, but when I searched up the exact style online, it appears to be a straight style. I didn't like that it had the raw hem at the bottom. I'm finding that that is not a popular thing to have on your jeans right now. A lot of the jeans that are sitting for me are because they are raw hem, so I didn't like that, but I thought that because they were Free People, they look barrel like, I could still make them work. These are a size 26. They look like new to me, so we'll see how these do. Here we go again with some more Athleta pants. These here are neat though because they are a tall. From my experience so far, I've sold maybe like 2 or 3 tall in Athleta, and those seem to move a little bit faster. So it works out kind of like wide with shoes. It makes it move quicker. So we'll see if that's the case with these, but they are wide leg, which also adds a little bit of something extra to these. Dark navy blue, classic color. Did I say they were extra large? I think so. They have back zip pockets. I like to get Athleta pants when they are like that, a little bit more unique, but when they're just straight leg or leggings, most of the time the sell-through rate on those things is not that great. These here are a great style to know by Athleta. These are a size 4, and this is called the Endless High Rise. These seem to have a high sell-through rate every single time I look them up. Although I do like to avoid the creamy colors because those, the sell-through rate is lower. But the black ones I've sold same day or next day. These are dark green, so we'll see how these do. But yeah, from my experience, the Endless High Rise pants by Athleta seem to sell really well. This day that I picked up this sweater, I wasn't finding that much stuff, so I decided to just go for it because I did not want to leave with not that many things. This is an Express vintage sweater. It is open knit, dark green color, so I thought that I could find some keywords to get this sold, like fairy, grunge. It is a layering piece too, so I thought I could make it work. That's why I got this, but to be honest, I don't have high hopes for it. I've been coming across this brand quite a bit in the dresses section, but it's hard because a lot of their sell-through rates is not that great, even though I did pick up a dress that the sell-through rate wasn't that good and it ended up doing really well for me just because they sell for a lot. It is Diane von Forstenberg. It is an extra large dress. It is sheer at the top with this animal print. It is a true wrap dress, long length, and then at the bottom it does have a slip dress that has adjustable spaghetti strap. So very beautiful. The top is silk blend. The slip dress is polyester, I think. Oh, and the sleeves are pretty too. They're like a puff type sleeve. So very beautiful dress. That's why I picked this one up. up, but this same exact day I did find like 2 more that I had to leave behind just because I could not convince myself after seeing the sell-through rate on them. But I thought this one was good enough to get it sold even with not that great of a sell-through rate. This brand is ModCloth, which I do recall picking up a whole bunch back when I barely started reselling and I would sell everything under the sun. But back then it was doing a lot better than now. When I look up comps on it, it doesn't seem to sell for that much or that quickly. I'm guessing it's the larger size you want to be on the lookout for with these. This one is actually just a small. It is a buffalo plaid long sleeve shirt dress. I'm not sure. This one I could have probably left behind, but we'll see if it ends up selling for me. This I got for me, but I did not like the way it fit. It is this cheap boutique type brand. It reminds me kind of like Poe in a way, or that brand BB. It is a size large, a crop style purple top. I wanted to wear it with a white camisole at the bottom, but once I tried it on like that, it just was too loose here around the shoulder area. So I'm just gonna go ahead and list that and just list it for very cheap. I was really glad to find this dress. It is by Ulla Johnson, which makes clothing that is worth a lot of money, but this isn't the best style to find by them. It is just a simple, what is this, like French terry type material dress. It does have side pockets, a flare hem at the bottom, puff sleeves, so it is like an elevated basic dress. But I know that Ulla Johnson makes things that are a lot more extravagant than this one. Maybe it will take a little bit to sell as we get closer to spring and summer, so that's why I still got it. And it was priced at like $3 or something. I think it's hard to pass up that brand when it's priced that low. This one I do skip a lot. It is Eileen Fisher. They make just basic minimalist style items. It reminds me a lot of Everlane, but a lot of their pieces are very oversaturated online. This one I got because it is a 3X. It was priced very low, dark green color, just a simple shift style dress, which I think should do well. This is my second time, I'm pretty sure, picking up this brand, Natural Life. This has already been listed maybe for like a week or two, and I don't see that much attention on it. The other naturalizer piece I have too, I don't see that much attention. I see a lot of people talk about it in thrift hauls and they rave about it being a great brand, but for me so far the pieces I've picked up haven't really panned out that well. I mean, they haven't been listed for that long, so I'll still give them time. But yeah, this is a long maxi dress with the buttons all down the front here, pocket here, collar style, long sleeve. In this band, the last few pieces are just a bunch of jackets. When I'm going through the jacket section, I'm really trying to be careful because they're so bulky. This is like halfway filled and it's like 4 or 5 jackets. I don't want winter to be over and I'm stuck with these things until next year. So I'm really trying to be careful, especially right now as we're inching closer to March when spring items are going to be what's selling. But yeah, these are the ones I picked up so far. This one here is by LL Bean. It is vintage, I'm pretty sure, because it is made in the USA. It is a women's size small. It is called the Maine Warden's Parka. I didn't look this up, which is terrible of me after I just got through telling you that I'm trying not to pick up jackets that aren't going to sell quickly. I thought, no, this has to be good. I paid like $10 because it's vintage. It should do well. But once I looked it up, the sell-through rate just wasn't that great. I tried pricing it a lot lower just to get it moving more quickly, but I am going to go in there probably like in the next week or two and lower the prices of all the jackets as much as I can, just so that I'm not stuck with them. It does have a detachable hood, very cozy, very thick and puffy, perfect for the cold weather, so hopefully that moves soon. This next one is more of a puffer style jacket, and it is a longer length too. I think this is a vintage, what is it called? American Eagle. There's the logo, the little embroidered eagle. Here's what the tag looks like. I can identify vintage, Hollister, and Abercrombie, but when it comes to American Eagle, they trick me sometimes because I feel like they made their tags, their newer tags, to look like their older tags, so it's kind of confusing. Either way, this is a great style jacket, very warm, and I paid like $10 for this one too. Speaking of, here is another coat, and this one is by Abercrombie, or not Abercrombie. It is by Hollister. This is called their all-weather jacket. It is zipper and button and fleece lined inside. So again, just a very warm winter style coat. And for that one, I must have paid like $8. And here's yet again another Hollister coat. This one's even better, more beautiful, dark blue color, long length, adjustable waist at the back, so if you want to cinch it. And inside, it is completely Sherpa lined. And that is what their older tag looks like a cream color and then the brown logos. That's how I can identify it. It is a beautiful jacket. I don't know if the pictures I have up for it is not doing it justice, because it doesn't seem to have as much attention as I thought it would, but we'll see with that one. I sold one of these recently, which is why I wanted to pick this one up. It is a black Guess wool pea coat with the toggle buttons. The other one sold, I don't know, within a few days maybe, for like $38 or something. So that's why I wanted to pick this one up. I thought it would do just as well. Here's what the inside looks like, a printed polyester lining. But this black one isn't doing as well as that red one seemed to do. That red one got attention quite quickly and it sold quickly. I don't know if it's the color, maybe that combination, parka style Guess red, is what did it for that one, and this one is just a simple black one. Not sure, but I'm thinking I should be able to get that sold before the season is over. Home stretch, you guys. I just have one more bin full of shoes to show you guys. It is a lot of great things in here too. First up, we have these towels. Here's what the logo looks like. It is like a moto zip sneaker high top situation. Very cool. Dark gray leather. I sold this exact style in this exact color like a day or two before I picked up these. It was a high amount, I think in the upper 30s, so that's why I felt confident picking those up. This is an excellent brand to be on the lookout for. Vivea. I'm pretty sure it came up in my most recent thrift haul too. These here though are sneakers. Have I ever picked up sneakers by them? I'm not sure, but these are so pretty. They are a perforated mesh looking fabric on top, round toe, flat style. I was looking at fashion trend videos for 2026 and something they mentioned was ballet style sneakers, which these gave me that vibe. I didn't look them up because this is a great brand and they are like new, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make a decent profit on those. Here we have this brand again called Born. These are some Oxford style lace up loafers. The laces there are a velvet style, so a lot of great keywords we could use with these ones, like Victorian. It can also be for like Ren Fair because they give me that vintage vibe. Here's this brand again. I'm pretty sure it came up already. Oh yeah, it did, with the clogs. These are Jessica Simpson, but these are a platform style pump with the straps going across the front, patent leather. These kind of things have always done well for me by this brand, even though when I look them up they don't seem to do that well. For me, they usually do sell, so as long as I can find them at a great price so that I can end up selling them for around $24, I'm good with those. Here is towels again. This style is called the Star, which used to have a super high sell-through rate. It slowed down a bit, but it still does sell, and these are in great condition. That's why I decided to pick these up. And also the other Star towels shoes that I've sold are lace up. These are too, but they're more of a slip-on style because they're like bungee type laces or stretchy laces, so I thought that was unique with those. Here we have this brand J. Crew. It is a Chelsea style boot, but it is a little bit taller, dark brown, more of a pointed toe, stack block heel. J. Crew, when it has the cursive letters like that, they're very high quality shoes. Here you can see in the sticker down here, it is leather on top and leather lining. Sometimes they're also leather at the bottom, so very high quality shoes when they have that cursive lettering, which is like their newer brand logo. I look those up every time I find them. Again, I told you I've been finding this brand a whole bunch for some reason. It is Orthopedic. I've sold this style boot in a, what was it? I think it was a black color as well, but it was suede and fur lined. These are more simple, but still I think they should do well. This brand is also known for making wide sizes, which helps. These, for example, are a 9 wide, and they're already getting offers and likes, so I think these will not last that much longer in my shops. Next, we have this brand called Soft, which I would pick up a whole bunch. There was just so much of it around these stores, and it would sell very well for me. They are known for making comfort shoes, pumps, boots, sandals, all kinds of stuff. I like these because they're slouchy looking, distressed, more of a rustic look, great condition overall. So I am skipping a lot of Soft, but there are plenty of styles that still grab my attention and I end up picking up without even looking up comps. These boots are more of a combat style boot. They look kind of like Timberland, but they are actually Dr. Scholl's. They're Doc Martens. Lace up, just classic style. I think I paid like $20 for these, so I did pay up. Hopefully it pans out. I did try to look up comps specifically in this color, so hopefully they sell quickly. I talked about this brand as well in that reseller income report. It was one of the top high prices of the month. It is Aquatilia. The other ones were a equestrian riding boot. These are more of a combat moto edgy style boot with a high block heel. I can't tell the color. Some people were listing it as gray, but to me it looks like a faded black. I think I just ended up putting gray, but in the description it describing the color a little bit more. I think these should do great too. I didn't look up comps because they were cheap, and Aquatilia is a brand that's always done really well for me. The last handful of items here are tall knee-high style boots, starting with these right here. These are Minnetonka, which I was just talking about earlier. Here's what their brand logo looks like. So as you see, these are fringe, but they're not the stacked layered fringe. Those are the ones that I think there's too much of online. These here are more knee-high style. They're lace up and they have the fringe only on top. So I think these do a lot better than the other ones. I do have these listed already, and I get so many likes and offers on Depop every single day ever since I put them up for sale. When that happens, I already know any day now that's where they're gonna sell, on Depop, unless someone else snatches them up on eBay or Poshmark. But yeah, Minnetonka, when they look different, I like to look them up. When they're those fringe styles, unless they're like very cheap, I leave them behind. These sleek looking black leather boots are actually by Paul Green, which makes some decent style shoes, and a lot of their stuff does really well too. These were like $4, and it being that brand, I thought it'd be worth it. Something to note with this brand is that, like the vintage made in England Doc Martens, they are marked in a UK size, so you gotta convert it. These are a size 7 in UK. I don't know exactly the US size, but I do have their size chart saved on my computer so that I can quickly look it up every time I list these shoes. Another great thing with them is that they have this stretchy panel in the back, so if you need more of a wider calf, that's going to work out. These are by Dr. Scholl's, which is not something I'm picking up nowadays. In the past, their boots, their little ankle booties would do so well for me. I would sell a lot of them and find them a lot. Now I skip all that, but I thought these were interesting and different because they were a longer length. They have the fur trim. These were $4, which also played a role into why I decided to pick them up. Just a microfiber suede in like new condition, and as you know, these are known for comfort, so hopefully I'm not wrong and I can get them moving out the door before the season is up with those. Here we have some high quality boots by this brand called Fry. They have the harness strap, which I love to see, a pretty dark brown color. They have the back zip closure. Again, very cheap for them being Fry. I think I paid maybe like $7. I don't know what got into them. As I said, maybe it's because they have so much stuff. Their racks, their shelves are overflowing with shoes and clothing. So I think that's why they're pricing things so low. But hopefully they keep it that way as we move into spring and summer or two so that I can continue finding this much inventory, because if I do, then I'll be able to be more consistent with listing more like 7 items a day instead of 5 like I'm doing right now. This next boot is by J. Crew again, and it's that Cursive brand. It is a dark brown color, just a simple minimalist style riding boot. I don't really like picking these up in other brands when they're too simple like this, but because they are J. Crew, I think they'll end up doing okay. And here we have Born of Concept, which I showed some shoes by them earlier, but these are equestrian style boots, or maybe moto. I never know which way to go with these kind of boots, whether I should go moto biker or western equestrian. So I try to like add a little bit of each in my title and definitely in my description. That's what I'll be doing with these. These are also known for comfort, so I'll make sure to add that in the description or in the title. These are a size 7, dark brown color, contrast stitching, very pretty. I think these will do well too. I made it through the entire haul. My voice is almost gone, so I'm going to leave it here. I hope you learned some new brands and styles to be looking out for. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.